Okay, we start. Hello. Hello, welcome. Have a seat. So, as promised, I'll be doing PACs this afternoon and probably some rejuvenation later because I'm in a rejuvenation mood. And I have the spam because it's supposed to be watching replay anyway. I know full well that nobody's looking this content in direct. Maybe the PAC games are watched in direct, but the Rejuvenation Let's Play, let's be honest, it's not as popular, which is perfectly fine, it's not my community. I enjoy doing, so I will be keeping going. So, this tier list, I've done it on stream a few days ago, and I was missing a lot of synergies that have now visibly be added. Or maybe it was just me who bugged. And my opinion kinda changed, so this is a perfect opportunity to talk about the state of the game right now, right? Okay, so we'll be doing it. So what's changed in my opinion in all of this? So sound, it is a bit unfair to say that sound is tier 0 because sound itself isn't. There's the Chime Show Exodia comp that is definitely way too strong. And because there's this other synergy with the Ludicolo Exodia comp that contests Chime Show, they are technically tier 0.5. Because you can't say there's no contest, right? And because Aquatic counters sound, I will say that Aquatic is superior to sound right now. Right? That's a matter of countering. And I think in the case of sound, it's the unit Chime Show that is really too strong. And in the case of Aquatic, it's the synergy itself that is super strong. Not the mon that profit from it. So it's only fair to have Aquatic get the top spot, right? These two are far superior than anything else. It does not mean that it cannot at all be beaten, right? For example, with sound, if you do not get the Chime Show, then you're only fairly strong. Like without Chime Show, sound will be somewhere there. You know, perfectly playable, healthy, balanced. Just Chime Show is too good. So this patch is playing a lot around mana generation and mana disruption. Like sound abuses a ton of mana generation and Aquatic actually absorbs it and steals it, which is what makes Aquatic counter sound and why Aquatic is so good this patch. Then we missed Artificial, and Artificial is definitely the third best synergy in the game. The only thing that Artificial lacks, actually, as a synergy, is stability, because you depend a lot on the legendary you will get. Like if you've got Circuitry, you've got Tier, and the other somewhat can lack. And you also depend a lot of the additional that are available in the game. Like if Boltoy is available and you get like a Mewtwo, that's 2 artificial Psychic, you already have a Metagross that's available in the game. So you can have a lot of fun with artificial Psychic. But if Boltoy isn't available and you get a Psychic legendary, the game is way tougher, right? And if you get the Circuitry and you can't get the Electrode from the additional, you need to make a stone or to adapt somewhat. So a lot of variation can be introduced in the artificial comps, which make it a bit more difficult to play than these two things that are pretty straightforward. Like these two comps are super easy and super strong. I'd say Artificial is super strong, just not super easy. It's of course meta, right? It's of course meta, and it may even somewhat being there because it's tier 05 and not tier O. I could afford to place I could afford to place artificial there, but I will not. I will not. Ice, I think, because ice is closely tied to aquatic and to artificial, it's in a really good spot right now. Plus, these compositions play a lot with their spells, because, you know, mana generation and all, so having reduced spell damage really is very efficient right now. So ice is probably carried by these two compositions that can tie with it pretty easily, but even in itself, ice is actually pretty solid. So we'll keep it there. Psychic, tied to sound, tied to artificial, no surprises it's strong. You can tie it to fairy, you can play it by itself, it's a really strong strat to play Zabis. So Psychic up there. So these 5 synergies, I think a lot of people would agree that they take the top 5 spot. The only thing that really matters is the order you put them in. And then the 6th has to be Dragon. The 6th has to be Dragon, and honestly you could argue that. You could argue with that, right? Dragon is really solid. Crabhammer has been proving it to everyone that dragons are very strong. And I have to admit that this composition is working super well. So yeah, dragons were never down since they were OP, but having them in the meta, being able to contest these kind of comps actually is a good thing. They are in a good spot right now. Then babies, I've seen a lot of people put babies up there. I will refrain. I think babies are a fine addition in some teams, but the trait itself, when you play it, you do not get the best babies you want every time. It's becoming increasingly difficult. They are less and less strong. And if you know how to play your econ, like, it's not all that difficult to get your units. So babies evolve for free, but it's not difficult to evolve your units at all. So why bother getting babies that are random when you could just get your perfect comp, you know? So I'm putting babies on a tier 2 somewhere there. We'll order that later, right? Field has too much competition. Like, many core synergies are way stronger than field, so I will put them tier 2. And I will do the same for grass, unfortunately. So I've won one ranked game, my first ranked game with grass, but that's a very niche situation. I don't think grass can compete with these fellows. I don't think grass can compete at all right now. So all of those, I will descend them to tier 2, because I will have a restrained tier 1. Right, and I will keep poison. A lot of people put poison all the way down here, and they are perfectly fine because there's no really strong poison composition right now. However, the trait itself, I will say it, is super strong. The trait itself, poison, is super strong, and if you can have a comp around poison that erases, then this comp will probably be top tier. Right before, grass was top tier because of its ties with poison. Ground was top tier because of its ties with poison. Poison is a supportive synergy. And when something that it can support becomes available, then it's super strong. But, you know, grass lost, how is the unit called? Whipping Bell. Whipping Bell before were in the pool every game, and now it's an additional. So you lost one grass poison unit. So getting grass 7 poison 3, which was super strong, now requires a stone, which is unfortunate. It's a lot more difficult to play grass poison. And if you want to have floral as well, which I like to do in grass, then Weeping Bell also had Floral, and no, it's not available anymore every game. So the comp has been weakened, at least its poison version. Which is why you see less poison. But I think the trait is up there. I will say the trait has a lot of potential. So now, we have to tweak the tier 2, right? We have to. So to the top, I would say Flying is super solid, Dark is super solid, but Dark will just drop down because Fairy exists, and because Fairy exists, Dark is too easy to counter, so it will never be top tier. Which is why I would like Fairy to get a rework. Right there. Because I think it's too unfair for Dark. No composition counters another composition as well as Fairy counters Dark. If, like, you can have a 3 times stronger board with Dark and play against a super weak Fairy and you will lose. Just because it's Fairy. There's no way around it. You can't counter Fairy with Dark. It's impossible. There's no way you do that. This is super unfair, which is why I hate Fairy. Because I love Dark. Love Assassins. But Fairy is unpopular, so you may find spots to play Dark, right? But still, if I want to counter it, I can. And I will not have a difficult time doing it. Fire's up there. Rerolling comps are strong. Hisui anti-fusion, if you can get your hands on it, super strong. Steel remains strong. Grass 2. They're tier 2 because they can compete there, but they can compete with each other definitely. I think Fire is probably there. Actually, these are kinda balanced. Like Flying and Fire can both beat each other. I think they are equals. And Grass and Steel are down there because Grass, if you get to your legendary and you unfortunately get I don't remember how this Ultra Beast code, but it sucks. So if you get it, well, you pretty much lost the game, which is unfortunate for Grass. Unfortunately. Steel should be here. You should be down there. You probably belong somewhere here. I've seen some monster comps do well. I haven't seen them win though. So somewhere here. Fighting is weak right now. Discomposition obliterate fighting. But fighting shouldn't be rated higher than rock, so I will probably do this. I will probably just do this. And then babies. Do I place baby up somewhere? I'd rather play babies than dark, but not than field. Something like this. Floral is definitely okay. Water, is water better than these? I don't think water is that strong. Water is carried by aquatic, but without aquatic you can play water. Which says a lot, right? If you can't play water without aquatic, it's because aquatic is OP and water is weak. So water I'll put there. And I will advise you to try and play water without aquatic activated to prove me wrong. Or with even only aquatic 4. And you'll see that it's underwhelming. Really underwhelming. Human is supportive, so supportive synergies are always difficult to place. You never play for human, but you always appreciate to have human too. So because it's easy to activate in the compositions that need it, and it provides a cool buff, I will probably be fair to humans and get them up. Right. There's a lot of options now to counter healing, and they're widely played, so that weakens humans too, as well as it weakens monster, right? So maybe I will not put them up, and I will even put them behind Floral, that I will put above dark, because dark can get countered way too easily. Fossils, too hard to play. Not a lot of games that you can play fossils into, so we'll put them down, and light as well. Light is good and supportive, but the first light tier, I think the first light tier is way too weak. Like 6 seconds of rune protect on a unit that sometimes is in the backline protected, useless. I think light 3 needs a buff. Definitely. So not need a rework, but need a buff. I will put it down, all the way down here to just to make the message space that this needs a buff. And what else needs a buff? Do fossils need a buff? I think fossils need a buff. Like, the composition is really difficult to play, so you should be rewarded when you play it a bit more than you are currently. But maybe just Fossil has no good partner, right? Maybe Fossil has just no good partner, and that may be what hurts the synergy. Like, a lot of units, you would expect them to be rock fossils, and they just are not rocks. You know these units that you would wish they were rock and they are not, right? And that hurts Fossil quite a bit, actually. Like Shieldon, for example, it's Fossil steel, and it's not rock. Unfortunately, it would profit a lot from being rock, though. So maybe tie these two synergy a bit more, even if I guess why you want to avoid it in the past. Right now, rock is supportive, so maybe because you rest, that's a lot of generation of HP. Maybe having too much armor would be too strong. And maybe add one rock fossil unit to the pool, 1 or 2, because they're additional that shouldn't hurt the game too much, right? Probably. Normal is weak, but I don't think normal... By the way, I just approached rock, but I think rock is better than these synergies. Right, because rock is supportive, you can afford to have it weak, while you can't with ground. And so Elec needs a rework. I've been saying for a while that Elec is too difficult to balance. If you buff Elec, Elec field becomes uber broken. If you nerf Elec, Elec is already unplayable in its own comp. So if you want to be able to have an electric centric comp, you have either to have field be super weak, or to have Elec be something else that it is currently, because it ties too well with field. So it's an awkward spot when you don't want to see it buff, but still you have to admit that it can be played by itself. Which sucks, because I think a lot of people love electric type. I myself kinda appreciate the type. Really a lot of cool mons, just too difficult to be played. And bugs, where are you? Top of tier 3. Top of tier 3, right. And I'm okay with this tier list. Can I move this, maybe? I'd rather play floral than I would play babies, right? Probably. Actually, would I say an evolved baby for a floral unit? I wouldn't. For all these synergies, I will definitely, but not for floral. So, egg is above floral. Right. Okay. This is fair, isn't it? I think this tier list is pretty accurate. So I will probably download it later and put it on the Discord so that Curie and Keldon can discuss it tomorrow. And we will now actualize this page and wait for the ranked. That's happening in just a few minutes. So we aren't many players connected, right? Hopefully the ranked will drive a little more players, but 2 PM ranked seem to not be as popular as the later ranked, because people are somewhat at school when they're studying, or at work when they're working, and most of them can't really be there, right? Because I'm working at home, doing some tutoring, I can adapt my my working windows, but most people can't. So this is an awkward timing because it's late in the afternoon in like Southeast Asia, and a lot of people from Southeast Asia just don't know the game exists. No, they are not really playing it, which is unfortunate. But yeah, the game was primarily made in English, so a lot of people back there just don't have it translated into their language, which is understandable. So yeah, 2 p.m., not a lot of players. And that's perfectly understandable. So 2 minutes. By the way, I'll be doing several games if there seem to be a lot of lobbies that open. If lobbies don't open, then I won't just be talking for hours. I will do an item tier list. I will definitely do an item tier list. And after that, if there are no games, I will probably just like play Rejuvenation, right? I think that's fair. If I do not have the content to play on PAC, then I will just play something else and play PAC later today. But I just say that I will play the ranked, so I stay true to my statements. I wouldn't advertise a stream without doing the stream itself. It would be unfair to the few people who might actually look forward to this stream. Who is Mewf? Never saw this pseudonym. So this guy probably just changed their name, right? As you can see, we are only 6 Master Balls right now. I think we were more in the past. But in exchange, are we more Master Ball? Ultra Balls? 31? No Ultra Balls, we are the same amount. Okay, so now all that matters is how long it would take to make this lobby full. So the 5 players that were connected were actually connected for the ranked. But if it's a game we play as 5, this won't be a high quality game, unfortunately. Like the mechanics when you are not 8 change completely. And in particular, my very personal strat is hurt a lot when we are not 8. I feel like the games where you are less than 7 at least are way more difficult. Because the inting strats, actually you can get punished way faster. Because there's a less high pool of HP in the game to be dropped. Or so it feels. So you do not go as late into the game, and I think that hurts my playstyle in particular. So I would like 2 more people to connect, but we have 15 minutes after all, so we may as well be lucky. In the time being, don't I start the items tier list? I should as well, right? So it should be somewhere here. PAC item tier list. Has it been updated yet? It's probably been, right? So if I copy paste here, so there are the berries. Oh, I'm lacking a lot of items, am I not? Are they really all there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With 13, 5. Actually, there might be all the items. We lack berries. Of course, we lack some berries, but like Where's the King's Rock? Is the King's Rock there? There it is. So everything should be there, right? Okay. So 7 already. Fine. One more required, but it may take some time anyway. So the D tier will instantly become components. And I will put all the components there. I do not want to discuss them. Oh, I will discuss them after the ranked anyway. Actually, I should probably discuss the components in their own tier just to tell you who is a is a priority to get and what isn't, in my opinion. So we may have a very interesting discussion about components, so I'll start with that after the game. To give my honest opinion as a kinda high-low player. So who is it? This Troubled Snail that joined last, I think? Oh no, it's Sebastian. Sebastian wasn't there before, was he? Maybe he was. So of course Crabhammer is super strong, but Kurt's Balls and Sebastian aren't to be taken lightly whatsoever, right? I think they are two very, very good players. I've played against them and they've crushed my ass. so both of them are capable of doing really great games. They're lower on elo, maybe because they're less stable, or maybe just because they play less. Crabhammer has played a ton of games. Okay, so we get the Mystic Water. I wonder what we may be playing with the Mystic Water. What should we do? People, I have to admit that I lied to you. I know very well what I should be playing with this item. And as a result, we may just lock this Zubat into our shop for some reason. So I'm not locked onto this very specific composition that we will not name because people may be listening to me and counter me with some very OP comp, right? That I just told before in my tier list. However, yeah, I will probably play it. Do I lose? I shouldn't. I think I lose. Why do I sometimes win and sometimes lose with these two units? What's happening? That's unbalanced. You should never lose to Raticate with these two units. Like 90% of the time, every time I've played these two units, I won. Why this time do I lose? So I know I'm playing on the rope. So maybe I deserve it. However, I think it's unfair. It's unfair because I've done some testings, and every single time it worked. So why doesn't it work right now? Fine. We're down on items in ranked. Not like we are not used to that. And there's no good component available. There's no good component available for what I have right now. So we'll activate water and see what happens. So this has been a really unfortunate round. On the Eradicate, I mean. Like it plays at like 1 HP, and the fact that 90% of the time it works, and this very specific time it doesn't. Like it's just so unfortunate. And I've been paying attention. I was placing Azurill on the left side. So it's not a positioning thing. I've always been positioning like this. Like exactly like this. So I feel betrayed by my own expectations. I feel betrayed right now by my own expectations. So that's not making the game easy for us. However, at least we've got this thing right here. I think I'm enabling Shroomish. And then so we've got the 3 babies very early, but I will activate it only next turn. I think I need the fishing this turn. Next turn I drop water to add babies, so. But this turn I still need to lose. Like the odds are too low. I will not be playing for 20%. I don't know. Yeah, but the loss on the Eradicate doesn't matter anyway because we won the next round. So even if it was the case, it wouldn't matter. So I will be selling these 2. This one. Enter the babies. Have you be focused because you need to die. Have you be focused too, but a little less if everything goes well. And I need to put a weak unit, and that will be Chimchar. Okay, so Bellsprout is actually available. In this case, I might consider grass, depending on the eggs that I get. So we have 2 baby comes, but this guy just evolved Nutsleaf, which isn't a smart thing to have done. If he really wanted to lose, then evolving this unit was a pretty bad idea. Okay, I'm keeping the Grass Flora units just in case. Just in case, I'm keeping them. I have already 3 florals. So I could start with something like Floral Sound and see what portals we get. And Floral could actually be a useful asset against Gyarados. Everything will depend a lot on the portals and the eggs. So hopefully I get at least 2 eggs. Hopefully I get at least 2 eggs. So I just don't. Fine. What do I need? I need the Kricketot, don't I? I think Kricketot is my best partner right now. And I would like at least 1 egg. Can I at least get 1 egg? Please, game. Please, game, be good with me. Give me an egg. And what do? I cannot build anything before I know what's my portal, right? Maybe I can just do an X-ray. I mean, no X-rays because people might be playing aquatic. So no upgrade. So no, I can't build anything. And no X. Okay, we're super unfortunate. We're super unfortunate. This is terrible. However, well, we'll adapt. Right? We will just adapt. And so we'll be playing probably this to activate Grass and Floral 4 and 2 Sound. And that should be... You know what? I will get the level and have 1 more unit because I do not want to lose to Gyarados. Like, losing to Gyarados would be terrible. So I will put my everything into this fight. No, this 1 gold doesn't matter. I just want to win. And so there are 1 grass and 1 floral. So there's 1 sound and 1 floral portal, and there's the same. So if we get Chime Show, we're playing Chime Show. If we don't get Chime Show, we're probably playing grass. That's the plan. We get the Chime Show, we are playing sound. No questions asked. Chime Show, and I replace you, so it's sound 4. We can keep floral 3 for the time being, I think. just because we do not have the other sound units. So I will roll for them nonetheless. That's 1, that's 2, okay, never mind, that's no floral. That's just sound. So goodbye floral. And I should roll just to try and get the units that I need. Didn't get the time to put Noibat on the bench. So we have not itemized our units, so we may still lose this round. We may win it or we may lose it, actually. It will all depend on Chime Show. Chime Show, can you do it? I think you can. Yes, we win. So look at the damage. Chime Show. Just Chime Show doing Chime Show things. Okay. So we'll keep rolling. I still want to get my units. And probably this thing is better, right? Probably this thing is better. Keep rolling, trying to evolve the units. Okay. I should keep going because anyway I can't afford to. I could afford to be at 50 gold, sorry. Monster, right now we aren't stuffed. So we just lose. And that's perfectly normal. If we do not put our stuff on our units, then we should just lose. That's completely logic. So I will take this thing. Could have taken the crits too, could have taken the mana. Should probably have taken the mana. I've been somewhat dumb. I should have taken the mana, definitely. So there's this. I kinda want to roll a bit more. Is that enough? I think we probably should roll a bit more again. This and this. Okay, no. I'll do a few more. So you are probably better than this fellow right now. I'll be playing like this. And then that's just a fire gem on you. I lack mana, so I can't really spend my components before I get some mana, right? But that should already help. This fire gem right here should probably already do its great deal of effect. So I still would like to get a scale to evolve Eevee, because I need to do something with this stone. But I could also make a Psychic Stone. I could also just make a Psychic Stone, shouldn't I? I think that's the play. We do not play Eevee, we play the Psychic Stone. And just like this, we open up a lot more options. So Eevee, I will not be playing you. Eevee. So we can't spend golds right now because we want to be at 50 golds when the PvE begins. And I think I'm just going level 7, am I not? Like right now I'm just going level 7, I think. So can Chime Show 1v9? I've seen Chime Show do 1v9s, so it probably can. Come on, Chime Show. Kill them. Cast, please cast. Yes, you do. And no, just end the round. Yeah, well done, Chime Show. Well done, Chime Show. How is that fair? Like, how is that even fair? And we can get the Ditto, so we'll take the Ditto. We're never playing Igglybuff, probably, right? I don't think we are playing Igglybuff anytime. Goodbye, Igglybuff. Goodbye, Igglybuff. We may be playing Crobat if we are given it for free. So as long as it doesn't hurt my econ, I will keep the Zubats. But because I will go for level 7, it's really unlikely that I will get the Crobat anyway. Okay, and now what do we want? We may want another fossil, right? we may just want another fossil. And this time around I will be boosting you. And I think I'm just getting the level. And I rolled one time too much because I'm dumb. And can I get a force psychic? I can. Oh, I couldn't place it because I'm too slow. But fine. Next turn we activate Psychic 4. Next time we activate Psychic 4. So what happened here? Was just destroyed by... yeah. Was just destroyed by Mew. Okay. Fine. And I will place the Psychic unit on the bench. The board, I mean, sorry. And I will be evolving this to... and what do I do with these there? Probably an Assault Vest. An Assault Vest on the only kind of tank that I have. That's Cricketune right now. Like, this fellow Loudred will leave the camp once we evolve Jangmo-O. For the time being, I'd rather have it deal its damage, but later on I will just need more frontline. Jangmo-O isn't evolved, so it's not a big enough frontline right now. I think it has less HP than Loudred. Like, oh, yeah, it has less HP. And I need 2 golds. Realistically, I won't be paying you. And there's no mana available. I need tankiness, so I will take another seed. I need tankiness, so I will take another seed. And I will just stuff you. I will just stuff you. So this is probably not going to stay Abra. This is going to be a Mayus once I get my hands on it. I should probably just ramp up to level 9 and go Psychic 6, shouldn't I? There are ice comps in the game that will probably hurt us, like this comp from Karamur. The artificial ice will probably hurt us a fair bit. Maybe not this early though. Maybe not this early. It will depend on its legendary. So artificial ice has the potential to beat Iyoko, maybe, but it depends on the legendaries that Crabhammer can get his hands on. Crabhammer, I can say I know he's a dude. I've been taking this bad habit of telling them, oh, this is actually really good. This is actually really good. Even when I know people are guys or girls, I've been used to saying them because English is not my native language. And when I've been told that them was the respectful way to call people when you don't know, I've been trying to actively think about doing that, and then I've been taking the habit to automatically do that. Not a native speaker, you know. These are the things we have to deal with. So this Uxie really helped. Thanks, Darby. Actually, it didn't. Actually, it didn't really help. Did it not cast? Oh, it uses a target ability, so maybe just use a bad ability. Fair. So I'll be playing Kadabra, and I will be playing Meditite really soon, because Meditite also synergizes with Jangmo-O. So Meditite is my level 8 unit. It gives fighting to Jangmo-O. It gives it has Psychic. And we're in a pretty great spot. Or at least an acceptable one. Kurt's balls, who did you lose to? Sebastian? Sebastian always scales really well. Oh, but he lost to Data Matrix. Okay. So... what I really want, I think, is the Sound Psychic Portal. And I can't get it. Sorry, troubled snail. It looks like you were too slow. Sorry. What's my best bet? Is it just Meloetta? What do you do? This for 3 seconds, all enemies win 2 tiles of Victini. I think it's Victini. I never see Victini played, and I think I'm the one who will be playing the dude. Come there. And then I should probably wait till I'm level 9, right? And I'll be giving you this stuff, just so you can maybe tank one more hit. I can also replace Cricketot at any time. Like maybe it's actually Cricketot that I replace instead of... but there's so many tiles. Maybe it's actually Cricketot that I replace with Meditite instead of Loud Red. Don't know what does Cricketot even do. Reduce defense. Oh, actually that's useful. Actually that's useful. For a tank in particular, it's super good. And does Kadabra... Kadabra does something, but not that much, so I may as well have it tank, right? I may just as well have it tank for the useful units. So can we beat this? We probably can. Not that easy. Not that easy though. Maybe we can't. No, we can't. Okay. Fine. So he's on his last leg. But still able to do some things. Okay. My best item is right in front of... Actually no, it's this thing. I need this on Yoko. I need this on Yoko. And I'd probably just go level 9 instantly, right? Do I care? I don't think I do. I need to be strong right now. Can't afford to lose. So boom! Yoko can be CC'd now. And boom. And the stuff actually goes on a unit that matters. And there we are. I think this is probably the final version of the comp. Maybe I just do like this. You are 3 ranged. No, you're 2 ranged. So yeah, like this. I have opened a window to focus Yoko by positioning like a fool. Do I win? I should. Maybe or maybe not. Maybe I don't. No, I've positioned too badly, unfortunately. I've positioned too badly. I need to stack against this guy. I can't afford to do any more mistakes though. I should just accept that I have to stack. Probably playing like this. And I get the Zabis now, so what do I need? This one is probably better. So I position like this, right? Position like this. The CC can be really useful. CC is super strong. And freeze! And it makes probably all the difference if or maybe I just lose. Okay, maybe I just lose. Maybe I just lose. So the fact that we do not have items on Flirt really hurts us. really hurts us. 5th place, unfortunate. So the fact that we do not have any main item on float really hurts us, right? Like, that's obviously the case. Maybe I should have put them asleep for 5 seconds instead. I have this option too. So maybe I should have done that. I think we bet data matrix, for sure. But Isui anti-fusion, I haven't checked if this thing just obliterated my comp. But you know, for some comps you have to stack, and against this guy you can't stack because it one-shots you. So I think that's probably what happened. And then ice and dice. So maybe we would have beaten this guy, but we are countered by ice with Psychic. So we had a really difficult game. I think I beat Data Matrix, but I don't think I beat Crabhammer in late game with Ice Artificial when the Sporagon Z activated and allowed to exist in the game, and of course Ducking Articuno. So these comes counters maybe really hard. So no mana items on float really hurt you, right? Actually, if you look at my components, I have 1 mana components in the whole game. You're regularly given the opportunity to get components, and I think I only missed 1. So that's just a game where I was given 0 mana. So you can consider it a proof that Ioko is balanced, I think. Because that's 1 in like 20 games that you get this low amount of mana available to you. That can be considered a weakness of Chimeshiro. Definitely. Like, this was an unfortunate game where everything aligned to like duck me. The fact that I lose to this Raticate with 2 water units never happened before, by the way. Really unexpected. And probably really unfair too. Probably really unfair. So, you know, maybe if this guy right here has a full item instead of the single scale, maybe change something, because the round still was pretty close. The round against Dark was pretty close too, so maybe if it had a Rocky helmet, because we have 1 more item, you never know. And maybe just playing Psychic 6 is not the best version of the comp. Maybe Psychic 4 is like enough. But again, what should have I done with these stones? I think one of them I chose, and this could have been Sylveon. This could have been Sylveon, definitely. So maybe Psychic wasn't the best bet. And I didn't check if Victini was actually doing great. So I don't know if Victini was a good bet either. Usually you play Miloeta, I wanted to try some things. So -9. I think I don't deserve to lose this much against these players. But fair. I will gain this elo back before you know it. Oh, do I really want to play this Lamy? Probably. Okay. So we'll be going on with the tier list. So there, boom. What else? This thing. Where are the components? There's one. Do we all know we missed the ice? And now we have all, right? Yes. Okay. Oh, this is... No. I don't really want to play this game. This is going too fast. I don't really want to play this slow elo game where I'm doing a tier list and discussing interesting things. Okay. So we will discuss the components before we do the actual tier list. So I will put on the top the components that I think are a priority, and on the far right the component that I think should be avoided. And I of course will explain why. So these are of course the item you choose, not the item you receive, because you have no control against the item you randomly receive. So first, I will say that you should always avoid choosing actively fossil stones. Because then, if you are given random fossil stones that you don't choose, it can really become out of control. Fossil stones should be an item that's like, if you receive it, you play it, if you don't, you don't. You should pretty much never pick up a fossil stone. Unless it's a very specific situation. But you should avoid them. Just because if you get too many fossils, the fossil synergy isn't even that strong, so you'll get in a tough spot. Because fossil stones give you synergies, but they don't give you stats, and they don't give you effects besides the synergies. So you should probably try to play your camps with other units and activate the synergy differently, but have on these other units that you build an item that actually helps them, if anything, rather than a stone. So that's my honest opinion, and an item that I would avoid is probably the ice too. A lot of the items built with the ice components are actually not that great. So if you have something that you want to build with and need an ice, sure, go forward. Like if you have a mystic water and need a delta orb, which is a really good item, they stack together by the way, sure, go for the ice. If you need an ice stone, sure, go for the ice. If there are a ton of AP compositions and you need an assault vest, sure, go for the ice. But that's really specific. When you do not know what other items you will get, ice isn't a good bet. Because there are a lot of awkward items that you don't really want to build with the ice. I think the glasses should definitely be somewhere to the top. So there's something pretty strange with the glasses. If you do not get any glasses, you do not want more glasses. However, if you get glasses, you want more glasses. And the reason why is because glasses make crit items, and crits always want more crits to be added to them. Like if you build one crit item on a Pokemon, you probably want to have three crit items on this Pokemon. So the more crit you get, the more crits you want. So if you get random glasses, you want to pick more glasses. If you do not get random glasses, you probably do not want as much to pick more glasses. However, they're never a bad choice. Which is why I put them on the top, right? And even if you have two glasses, it makes the Wonder Box, which is a really good item, not the best. I do not rate it as high as most people do. But if you play Artificial, it gives you two items instead of one, which activates the trait, and Artificial is super strong. So the glasses really here on the top. Main Eyes very specific to some comps, but these comps are actually super strong. So right now Main Eyes on top in this meta. We'll probably drop down there once the meta is finished though. And then I think it's between these two. These two. It's between these two. It's actually awkward. To really hit a sweet spot in order to make this. So it's between these two. Mostly do only good items. Can pretty much be used in every single comp. So it's never a bad bet to take a Miracle Seed or a Charcoal. If you do not know what to build, take one of those and you will probably be able to do something good with it. And then probably the attack speed. Actually, I should probably put the attack speed even higher because water is so strong in this meta, and having 2 attack speed gives you the X-ray, which is the main way to counter water. So because water is strong, you need magnets. When the water meta is finished, magnet will probably go down there to the 5th place. But right now I think it's 3rd. And then I'd probably rather have armor than AP. AP is very specific. And that's my tier list for the components. So I explained why they were here, maybe outside of these two. So these two are neither great nor bad. I would probably rather play AD if I can than AP most of the time. Even in sound, you actually do not play so many AP items. You play main at generation. So when I'm given spoons, I will try building AP stuff. But if I'm not given spoon, I will not choose spoons. That may be just my playstyle. But right now, ice is very strong, aquatic is very strong, and those synergies counter AP. So AP is in a difficult spot, and it's necessarily difficult because people want to counter sound, which plays AP, right? Which is why it's in such an awkward spot. I should probably enter the 8 gamers. Oh, what is happening? Come on. Should probably just enter this and wait till people come. And I think the scale is somewhat better right now. Okay, so this is the tier list. And now we will discuss the full items. So I will not rate the berries because most of them I don't even know what they do, to be honest. So I will do the other items. So how do we rate them? Actually, SABC is pretty good, right? I probably need a D tier though. No. That's not what I wanted to do. I will add a row below. People are leaving. We add a row below and say this is not to build. Okay. Well, everybody leaves. Unfortunate. We'll wait till another room is created. Like, the tier list is a priority right now. Okay. So, the coin. Right now is probably not to build. The game are slow enough so you have enough econ to build anything you want anyway. So this item right now, even if you can build it very early, it's overkill. It doesn't give stats, and know that you really want to scale into the late game, you need stats, because in the late game these stats will matter. Like you just saw last game, I missed one item, I was getting utterly destroyed. And that's just how things go. If you have one less item than every other people, you may very well be in a tough spot. I've once time show sound games with one less item than everyone else and crushed the lobbies. But I had the good items, like I had the mana egg on flute and something. If you do not have the best items, then you at least want to have all the items. And if you lack stats, you may be in a very awkward spot. So I do not advise you to play the coin right now. The mana egg, however, is probably at least 8 tier. Specific to some units that can use it, but these units are strong. So you pretty much always want to be building it on these very specific comps. And because magic damage is quite strong. Actually, magic damage is kinda counter this meta, but when you can counter magic damage, because it's omnipresent anyway, you probably want to get the Assault Vest. So Assault Vest is a good item. You pretty much know that it will be useful against at least like 4 out of 8 compositions in the current meta. At least, when you enter a game. Alpha Orb sucks. Not to be built whatsoever right now. Even for Kyogre, I think it sucks. What is this? Is this supposed to be Stardust? I don't think it's Stardust. I think this is Silver Dust. But Silver Dust is not in the game, right? So I will say this is Stardust. Maybe it's even Clear Dust. I don't know which one it is. But it's the dust, and we only have one in the game. So it's S tier because it makes Chime Show, and it's also S tier because it's the core build of Ludicolo. So S tier. S tier because it gets out of control way too fast. Berries, Goberninail berries. What is this? What is this? Is this in the game? What is this item? Am I stupid? We'll see later, because is it supposed to be the mana scarf? No, mana scarf is here. So what is this? Okay, well anyway, not to be built. This item is super weak. However, this is definitely S tier. Best item in AP comps. Doubles your damage instantly, really strong. This item is very situational and probably not all that great. Know that it only protects 2 units, not all that great at all. And the stones, I will rate them later. Defensive Ribbon, I never played myself, but I see it perform, so I'd say it's A tier. Fire Gem is A tier, probably one of the best offensive items and core build of Ludicolo for a reason. Delta Orb, A tier. Delta Orb, know that they stack with each other. If you can get 2 of them, it's really strong. Stones, again, I will refrain. Flame Orb, B tier. Not playable in every single comp, but when you can play it, it's one of the best items. So if you've got a grass unit that has a ton of AD, let's say, how is it called, Shaman, that has I think 30 AD, you give it to the unit, it gets 30 AD bonus, so it comes instantly up to 60 AD, which is insane. And you can regen with the Flame Orb, so because it has grass, it regens the damage from Flame Orb, so it doesn't even matter. So the item, not to be built everywhere, but definitely super strong when it's buildable. Fluffy Tail, OP, again, Ludicolo, core build, stops a lot of the current comps in the meta, lasts way too long, deletes the CC aspect of things, way too strong. Gracilia, top of A tier, I don't think it's as good as it used to be. Maybe it's still S tier. Bottom of S tier. Really a strong item. If I can build it, I will pretty much always build it. Stones, I will refrain. This thing is top B tier. Maybe it's even A. Because of its versatility, it has to be A, right? You can build it on everyone, it will always be useful. 200 HP is always good. Leftovers, B. Not that great of an item. Know that you can counter regen really easily. Lucky Egg, it's good. Lucky Egg is really good. Every AoE item is actually really good right now. So I think Lucky Egg deserves a spot to the top. Mana Scarf, not the best mana generation item. B tier. Top B tier, because mana generation is just the meta right now. Max Revive, B tier. Maybe around there, because it's more like you can use it in more compositions, more versatile than these 2 items. Not all that strong, but versatile enough so that it's rated high. Seriously? Okay, fair. And okay, X-rays got tier right now. X-rays will actually make the Gracidia drop all the way here. X-ray, main counter to water, and water is meta, so you should be trying to build that. And because it already gives you attack speed, you do not want many more attack speed, which makes Gracidia drop. Right now the attack speed item you want is X-rays and not Gracidia. And to accompany these items you want the red orb, and I think the red orb is up there. Okay, next. Pokédoll. I like the Pokédoll, people don't, but Pokédoll, to be efficient, needs to be combined with some other items, right? By itself it's not all that strong, but combined with the King's Rock it's super good. these two items have just to be built together in order to work. So I will put them somewhat close to each other. Just, you can play King's Rock without the Pokédoll, but you can't really play the Pokédoll without the King's Rock. So I'll put them in that order. This item is super strong. Super duper strong. Counters Dark, which is popular. Every AD com for that matters. Helps against artificial for that reason, because the carries are mostly physical. Nomicon is one of the stronger items too. In sound, really efficient. The only item that counters regen, and a lot of compositions are regens, but they are not that strong right now, so it is not mandatory to build a Nomicon. It's not mandatory, so it's not higher. In the metas where regen is important, Nomicon would be somewhere here. Right now it's not. Right now it's down there. Still A tier though, because it's alone in its niche. And then you've got this thing. It's probably somewhat good, but not better than top B. Situational. Deals damage when mons use their ability. Useful against sound. Useful against sound, actually. Probably there. Like this. I need to scale this up too. I need to scale this up. Okay, and probably this too. I don't think it goes anywhere further though. Because if you want to counter magic damage, you play ice. If you want to counter physical damage, you do not play rock, you play Rocky Helmet. Only makes sense. This item, the crits item, I will not put them super high, but I will put them together because they work together, right? These three items work together and sometimes replace the Fang right here with this thing. Only to be played together. Because of that, I can't rate them higher. Definitely strong, but you need a lot of conditions to have them perform. So I put them somewhere lower than the others. I realize I'm being unfair to the Rune Project, but that's just how I feel. I think this item, I don't want to build it. And this item, I don't really want to build it either. Can be a good partner to Flame Orb, but that's really situational. Most of the time you do not want to build this thing. And this Shiny Charm used to be Flavor of the Month. No, I do not build it anymore because I'd rather do some more clever tanky stuff than just building this. Probably still strong though, as a standalone. Probably still strong. Maybe I'm being unfair. Just remember that maybe I'm being unfair to Shiny Charm. It may be way better than what I think. And then I will keep saying what I've said. Smoke Ball in its current state, I don't think it's to be played. I don't think you should play Smoke Balls. I think the items suck. I think the item sucks. And this is not the best AP item either. It's hurt by the comparison with the choice specs. It's hurt with by the comparison with the choice specs. Choice specs is just so much better. This is not to be built right now. I don't think there's any good unit that profits from range. And this is hurt by the comparison to X-rays right now. Like, these two items scale during the round, and these two items give you a boost instantly, and right now I think I would rate the boost instantly better than the slow ramp. But depending on the meta, you know, these items could just replace each other on top and bottom. When these are strong, these are weak, and when these are strong, these are weak, right? So no, there was the Stardust, so I don't know what this thing is supposed to be. I just get it out of the tier list. And then there's the Wonderbox. Wonderbox is good, but it's not top tier because you do not choose what you play when you play the Wonderbox. And for the sake of beauty, I will drop you top of B tier. Okay. Now for the stones. Fossil stone, not to build. Too many resources and fossil isn't great right now, so that's not a bet that I would take any day. Duskstone, not to be played because you can be countered way too easily by fairies, and if people see you build Duskstone, they will think, if this guy is good in the game and will contest the top 1, I will just put fairies in my comp and I will destroy them. So you do not want to commit on dark. You can pivot on dark, but you cannot commit, if that makes sense. Psychic Stones, however, is really good. Not one of the best items, because stones can't be the best items. But definitely good, because it can increase a lot the damage of a specific unit if you're playing Psychic. Firestone, definitely not that great, because you already have a lot of strong fire units, you do not need stones. Ice Stone, correct, even good, because you always want more Ice Mons. Ice Mons boost all your team, so having one more always helps. Electric Stone up there because of Artificial. Carried by Artificial, but because of Artificial is up there. Water Stone, not to be built. Water already has enough good units, you do not use Water Stones. Do I miss one? Grass Stone, it's B tier. Would be higher because if grass was rated higher. Grass really like having grass stones because a lot of mons in the game actually profit from getting grass. In particular some floral mons, right, that are not grass by default and would love to be grass. So grass stone is actually useful. And then there's the moonstone. Moonstone is oakish. Moonstone is oakish. Good in sound because you can make Sylveon. Outside of that, I don't think it's that good. And I would not be rating the berries. So do we miss any items? Probably not, right? I can think of an item that I would have missed. So if I missed something, it's not all that important. So this is a tier list. I think I've been explaining why I thought what I thought pretty well. So that's an opinion, of course, right? That's only an opinion. So, well, I hope this helps, because I know that, in particular to a lot of beginners, itemization can be overwhelming, and even to some good players. Sometimes players have the instinct of what is strong without even really understanding why it is. So maybe, like these three items here, they are strong because you can stack each other on top. You can stack them on top of each other. These two actually work super strong together, mana plus AP, and this thing actually increases your mana generation. So having all three boosts your backline by a great amount. So it's always good to have them stack up onto each other, which is why I even like stack them together. The stones should be on the bottom though. I just put stones on the bottom of tiers, and I will not order the stones either because it depends on your playstyle. If you are playing a synergy, you will take this specific stone. I don't think they are necessarily stronger than the others, maybe except for Ice and Psychic, that are objectively strong. The other is a matter of playstyle. Of course, if you like playing very specific variations of fire, sure, play the fire stones. I just don't think it's not necessary right now. And I would put that down there because this is really too risky right now. I really do not rate the fossil really high in this current state of things. Okay, so that will probably be it for the stream then. We only did one game, wasn't all that successful, but there's not that many players at this time of the day, so I should as well be playing Rejuvenation right now and PAC later today. That would be way smarter of me, right? That would be way smarter of me. So I will just leave you there for a few minutes. If you are interested in Pokemon Rejuvenation content, feel free to stay. I will be registering it in a few minutes. I'm talking like I'm live, but I mainly registered this game to be watched in replay. So if you want to watch it in replay anyway, that will be made for you. Have a good afternoon, and maybe I see you later on PAC, maybe I see you tomorrow, but I don't think I will be streaming tomorrow because Curie and Keldan are streaming, so I will let the audience go to them and not take the audience from them. Right? That's only fair. I'll see you in a few minutes.